Hey everyone, this is Priscilla. I'm with Crafty Ladies and Family. I am in the Kim's Gingerbread Fakery event today. I am coming to you a couple minutes early because I wanted to explain a couple things, go over the lineup, do all the things. So if you're coming in, say hello. I am probably a few minutes early, so people aren't going to come on for a few minutes. But if you're watching this part, watch the replay, #replay. Also, if you are watching this and the event's still going on, go ahead and catch the next person and then come back and see me. There's a huge lineup today. We start off today with me, Priscilla. Hi, I'm Crafty Bestie. And then I go to, next after me is 10 o'clock. It'll be Wendy from Personally Yours by Wendy. Then at 11 is Sam from Comey's Crafting Corner. At 12 is Angieland Crafting Boutique with Angie. Then at 1 o'clock is Clayfully Playful Art, Stephanie. She is brand new. So if you have not followed her, please do. And give her a like and a follow today and say hello. Hi, Janice. Good morning. And then after 2 o'clock is going to be Debbie with Paper Sweeties. At 3 o'clock is Lydia with Lydia's Creations. 4 o'clock is Crafty Amy Girl with Amy. 5 o'clock is My Sweet Treasures with Tina. Her name did change, so if you see a different name, that's probably why. Then at 6 o'clock is Great Creations Faux Cupcakes with Marie. At 7 o'clock is KLR Creative Craftworks with Trina, but I will be hosting her. So you come back to my page, and I will be hosting Trina. This is her first live, so she wanted to do a duo on her first live. At 8 o'clock is the Evercrafter Raymond will be in. Mr. Trim, a.k.a. Mr. Trim, because I know that's what I call him. And then at 9 o'clock tonight is Kim's Reese Home Decor with Kim, and she will be ending the night. So she has some amazing games, amazing prizes, amazing just everything tonight. So it's going to go out. Hey, Tina. It's going to go out with a big bang tonight at 9 o'clock. I know you're a little bit further away. Hopefully you can see me, hear me, do all the things. I have a little bit of a large project, just a little. So I wanted to, and most of you know, I've got issues with the shoulder going on. So I had to prep a little bit in advance and do a couple things a little bit in advance, but I will explain what I did. Only because if not, I probably wouldn't have made it. I do have that extra hour later on at 7 p.m. with Trina from KLR Craftworks. I did it right. Yes, KLR Creative Craftworks. I will be on with her, hosting her at 7 p.m. And since I'll be on at that time, I got a little extra time, but just in case. Hey, Debbie, how are you? So, like I said, I know I'm on a few minutes early, only because I wanted to make sure everything's good, everything was started, all of the above. I am going to pull it up over here just in case. I know it's a little far away. Like I said, this big project. I had planned this back in June. Me and Kim had met for the first time ever, in person. We had been talking to each other since November, because in November I was with the Sweet Success Studios and Kim was. And you too, you have a blessed day too, Debbie. Good morning, Tina. And our story is, hey Denise, hi Becky. Here's everyone coming in. Sorry, I'm on a few minutes early because I wanted to explain a little bit before. But so my story with Kim is we were paired up to be ornament buddies. Hey, Christy. Hey, Eliza. And when we were paired up to be ornament buddies, Mr. Trim paired us up. It was just because he was over that area. He was over that one. So when he did it yesterday, or when he did it in November, sorry. When he did it, I was reading a message at the same time. So when he did it in November, we were talking about it and we started talking, it was like just, okay, here's your address, here's the address, right? Hey, Jenna. Hey, Leslie. Not so much, Denise, but I'm here. I would never, ever, ever miss this event no matter what. So, so anyways, when we started talking, and then it just seemed like we clicked real quickly, even with the ornament, we started talking about more and more and more. And at that time, Kim's mom was sick, with cancer. And of course, my mom had passed away. So we had that little click only because our moms are what got us going crafting, like all of the things. So it was just like, we had that connection. And then, so in June, I went to South Carolina for summer camp for Boy Scouts. And then she came an hour away just to meet me in person. Hey, Sam. Hey, Lydia. So when she did, we met in person and all of that. Because we knew, like, 2 weeks after that, we would be staying at Fake Bakers Gone Wild together. Because we had talked about it. You know, of course, we made our plans together. So we're like, well, at least meet in person once before we go and, you know, stay in a hotel for a week together. So we met, and it was just like, you would think in our conversation that morning or that day, because we didn't even spend we're only going to spend a couple hours. Ended up being 7 hours later. We're still sitting at camp talking. Like, it just seemed like we clicked it off so quick. Like, you would think that we were know each other for years and years and years. So it was just amazing. And that is why she's my crafty bestie, because crafting is our little clitch together. And then when in January, when her mom passed away, it's like, of course, it was near and dear to my heart, because of course I knew all about it. All of that. And I knew how that feeling, I knew all of the above. So when we had, that is so crazy because I was going to pick it. But when we had mixed together for the ornament exchange, and then it's like we mixed together with that, and it's like sad, but it's like now our moms are together. And hey, Rhonda. Yes, I saw that, Jenna. That's amazing. She does amazing. She sends amazing ones. So, hey, Wendy. So, anyways, all of that being said, that's why she's my crafty bestie. That's our story together. This event is, of course, gingerbread. It's her favorite. I love gingerbreads too, so that clicked together too. My mom also loved gingerbreads. So when I thought of this event and I said, okay, I can't do just something small. I was like, because it's crafty bestie and I've got to try to do something good because, you know, I've got this amazing lady after me, Wendy, that's going to blow it out the park. But I'm like, I'm going to try and I'm going to start it now. And then, hey, Kathleen, I got your package yesterday. It was amazing. Hey, everyone. Yes. So when I looked at it and I said, you know what, Mom, Kim, together, okay, I got this. So back in the day, of course, my mom had made something, gingerbread, and we thought it was the most adorable thing in the world, but it was so hilarious at the same time. To explain it, I'm going to show a picture. I asked my sister, because my sister owns it now. Right? This was actually the one in July, but that's the only one I had out. So I was like, forget it. I don't care. It's a gingerbread. I'm wearing it. So I had asked my sister, because I thought I had a picture of it. I'm sure I do somewhere. I just kept passing by because I was in such a hurry trying to find it. But I asked my sister to send me a picture of it because I have to show you what my mom made. Mine won't be like hers. I'm not that good at it, but I'm hoping to make her proud of it. Hers was more of a boy. I'm going for the girl side of it. And it's so crazy because I forgot the colors and my sister just sent it and it threw me off because I actually had picked up red and I was doing everything red. And then I changed it at the last second. And now I'm like, whew, she just sent it to me. So I just got it as I'm on live. Hey, Betsy. So here we go. This is what my mom made. Of course, you're going to see the stupid light behind it. So my mom made this. This is her Gingy with the hat. The hat was the most hilarious thing ever because she put a big pillow in it. Now, this thing, it might look small in the camera. It is not. Okay? What she used was this foam, this huge cutout, right? So this cutout that she got, it is a 19.5-inch from top to bottom. And it is 14.5-inch side to side. She got it from, I pulled up the place and I already forgot right now. There is a cutting place online that she got it from. I found her receipt that she had gotten this from, and that's why I saved it. Because I was like, oh, that's where she got it from. Let me try it. So it's a huge board that these people cut out for people, right? This thing is so big. Look at this thing. Like, huge. So when I saw this in her stash, I was like, that's what she used to make her gingerbread, right? So I was like, okay. And of course, I kept it. My sister has a gingerbread, but I kept the board because I was like, one day I'm going to get the courage and I'm going to make something with it. Now, my mom didn't use any clay at the time because this was when clay was starting to come out. So she didn't use it. Thank you, everybody. So what she did use was, of course, puffy paint. She used glitter foam sheets. She used ribbon. Like, I can guess everything of what she did now. Back then, I didn't even know what the heck she did. So, hey, Shannon. And if I'm missing you, hey, Stephanie. Stephanie, come on your page because you got to make sure you shine today. This is your day, too. Stephanie is going to be our first one. Bits of heaven. Yes. It's not, that wasn't the place though, Lydia. It was from, I will pull it up as soon as I get off the live because I do have a picture of it. I'm sorry, on my phone. So I will pull it up. But anyway, so what I did is I took regular styrofoam. I took a huge sheet of styrofoam that I had, because of course this is not a small thing. And I traced that onto here, and then I used my hot knife and I cut it out. And the reason why I did everything early, because you know my shoulder is not so, there you go. So Playful Arts will be on her first live today, guys. I went over the lineup earlier, and I will definitely do it before we get done. I was pulling up my computer to make sure I watch my time. But I will go over the lineup again, of course, because I did it earlier. So anyways, this is what we're going to do. We're going to do this big majama because I said I was going to attempt it before. And like I said, with Kim, it was perfect. I know you're saying, Priscilla, why do you have clay rolled out on your desk? Oh my goodness, oh my goodness. Well, guess what? I have to do what I got to do. And my arm is not so wonderful right now. So I am trying. Look at this. This thing is huge, guys. I'm going to try to attempt. And I had to roll it out in advance because there's no way I can sit here and try to do it all. Because the rolling out was probably the worst feeling possible. So I'm not too worried about this section because I have a plan on what I'm going to do with it. So I am just going around the creases, or I should say the outside of it, and basically just pushing it down slowly. I'm not forcing it down. All I'm going to do is just carefully put it around. And like I said, I was going to do, because I have now, and that's the funny part is, another tidbit about me and Kim is I made my very first gingerbread ornament, and she has it. That was the ornament that I sent her. And I told her when I sent it to her, you know, I'm like, look, I'm new at this, you know, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, because she had no clue who I was. I'm like, I'm new at this, so if you get this, I'm sorry that it's not perfect. I was like, because by all means, I'm very, you know, this is my first time ever. But she said she had liked gingerbread, so I made it, and I sent it to her. And if you look on her shelf behind her, it is there. So she does still to this day keep it on her shelf behind her, and she adores it. And she's seen, hey Michelle, she's seen all of the things I have made. And I have made, you know, regular gingerbreads to short gingerbreads to the jar gingerbreads. Like, I've made actual sit-up gingerbreads. I made this big gingerbread at Fake Bakers, which she was sitting next to me, of course, making that. And she was like, I can't believe how far you become because of making my little darn ornament. So that wasn't so pretty. But it was fine because I made it, and I'm definitely have increased since then. So I'm just trying to work in some of these spots because I don't want... Most of them are going to be hidden by what I'm planning on doing to it. So, hey, Angie. So, I don't need all of this to be flipped over. Look at this. My mat keeps moving all the things today. Yeah, I'm gonna push today, and I'm gonna do whatever I could do. Pink Divas tomorrow. I probably won't be doing too much. But that's okay. Because like I said, I know this event means the world to Kim, guys. I mean, we talked about it in June at Fake Bakers. She talked about wanting to do it. And she was so nervous, and I don't think I'm going to do it, though, blah, blah, blah. Oh, this is coarse, by the way, so that's why I'm not worried about putting glue on it. I was like, what was the word? Hey, Maricela, how are you? There you go, Tina. You do that. Yes. Hi, Karen. How are you? So, like I said, she has been talking about this and talking about this. She talked about it before June, but she talked about it, but it was like when we were at Fake Baker, she talked about it more, and it really got her the courage up to wanting to do it. And I was like, girl, let's go. I'm like, I will help you. I will do whatever it can. I'm like, I've never done it before, but we'll figure it out together. I was like, we can do this. And then Mr. Trim was at Fake Bakers, and Kim has never met him. She didn't, I think she watched him only a couple times at that time. Hey, Miss P. So when she did, okay. When she did, they like clicked, you know, they started talking, all the things, right? So it's like they clicked, they got along, and all of the things. And then, of course, Mr. Trim, you know, nicknames us. And he nicknamed her Cuz. And he started watching her a lot. And they started, you know, kicking it off, right? And I was like, awesome, you know, because I'm glad. I told her, I was like, look, I was like, this is my first time meeting him in person. But I know, I could tell by online, like, he has a heart of gold. Hey, Amy. So I know for sure that, you know, y'all will kick it off. I know that everything will be good. So they did, of course. And then Mr. Trim ended up helping with the event also. So he made the flyers, and of course we all know he's very known for his names. So we just told him, you know, what we wanted. You know what, Tina? You probably were, and it kicked you off. Because for some reason, Facebook is doing that. If you don't use your page very often to come on, it will kick you off. It will stop you from being a follower. So, no worries. That's just how it is. Yes, he's very good at his names. We all love him, Mr. Trim. But, so he came up with the name, which is Kim's Gingerbread Fakery. And he came up with the name, and we're like, yes! And we went with it. And then he came up with that beautiful flyer. And there's a little thing on the flyer that some people will get, some people won't. So if you know, I'm going to start getting your brains thinking this early in the morning, because you got to know that, you know, it's going to be a long day, but you got to be ready, because like I said, Kim is going to have some amazing gifts and some amazing things at 9 o'clock tonight. So be listening throughout all of the lives, because there will be little things that she will be asking. And I'm sorry about my dogs. My daughter just left, so now they're thinking, hey, no one's home. No, it's fine, Tina. Like I said, I apologize. I swear, I understand. For some reason, they do it to us all. It did that to me once to Bestie, and I'm like, seriously, come on now. She's like, why did you stop following me? I was like, girl, you know darn well I did not stop following you. That was Facebook. And at first she was like, what? Like, what'd you do? And I'm like, I didn't do nothing. Then she realized it's not. It's Facebook. If you don't use your page, like that's the same thing with your personal page. If you don't use it very often, it'll stop following you on that page. So anyways, conversation. So we were talking about this. We got it going. She finally got up the courage to say, okay, I'm going to do this. And she announced it on a live that she had. She goes, I think I'm going to do this. I think I'm going to do this. And I said, okay, I'm just waiting for you. As soon as you say go, we got this. So she said go on her live the one night. I'll never forget. I was like, girl, you didn't even give me heads up. I was fine with it. It was just funny because I was like, but she was like, all right, guys, I'm doing this. She's like, I'm doing my live. I'm doing it. I'm going to do my own event. I want to do this event. And Miss P, it's a fakery event. Gingerbread fakery. Let's just say that. Because let me tell you, cutting this thing out last night. Guys, I was up till like after midnight last night, by the way. You know. Because, you know. I had no choice but to be up last night to try to do some of this stuff in advance. And then try to get through this. But yeah, no, it's really not. The next option, though, now is they're wanting me to do physical therapy. They want me to do like 12 sessions of physical therapy. And it's like, with my insurance, it's extremely pricey. So, but they said, which I've got to talk to them more because something's got to give. And after that, then it would be talking about surgery. But, or another shot in January. Yay! Looky, looky, looky. See the little spot right there? But it's fine because you won't even see it from what I'm doing to do it to it. So this is what it is on the front. This is what it is on the back. I got Ginger foam sheets. It was the Glitzy Creations by Ginger foam sheets that I'm going to be using. And look, my mat moved and it messed up my bottom. That I'm going to be using to cover the back of it. And as you know, it's a gingerbread, Kim's Gingerbread Fakery. So on the flyer that Mr. Trim made, there is something on that flyer, because, you know, all flyers, you can add real stuff onto it. So there is actually something on that flyer. Right, Miss P? And that's what I was thinking. That's why they make no sense sometimes. I swear, they just don't. I don't know. But there's something on that flyer. So, hey, they. Hi, Lori. So if anything on something on that flyer that you have seen, what do you think on that flyer would represent? Hey, Crafty Bestie, there she is. Hey, Alyssa. So, like I said, we went from this, now we got this. Crafty Bestie. This is where I got it from. This was Mom's. 19.5 inches tall, 14.5 inches side to side. So I made that, rolled out the clay, put it on there. That's as far as we've gotten. And we've been on for 15 minutes. Actually been on longer than that because I started off with a little spiel. So I do have some left over. This was a whole bag of clay, but this was some left over. Not bad. We did good. We're not going to stop there, of course. Where did I put the bag? Oh. So, hi, Alyssa. Not sure if I just said hi, you and all. Hello, hello. So, on the, what am I going to say? On the flyer, there is something on the flyer. And Betsy, you can't answer this. Anybody guess what's on the flyer that represents? Yes, he is definitely a big guy, but I'm going to make him a girl because at the beginning I was showing this is one that my mom had made back in the day for her cabinet, right? So I want to not replicate it, but I really want to change my colors now because I wanted red and I was going to go with red. And then I'm like, nah, I'll wait. And now it's like, because I see hers. Hey, Michelle. Thank you for sprinkling. All right, so we got this far, right? So there's a lot of different mediums or whatever, you call it, that I'm going to change it to. Nope. I was just... Nope. Nope. Ah, I just shredded it. I'll tell you if no one gets it. Hi, Ann. Not going to worry about really wrapping this all the way around because, of course, we're going to be using it for, or the back's going to be covered, so I'm going to be using it for this only. Poinsettia, nope. Nope, just look at the flyer and what do you think stands out the most on that flyer? Like, represents the most. And it's a real thing, so let's how about that? Might put this a little bit lower because of that spot. There is something in their mouths, Betsy. Yes, it is, Vay. Hey, Cheryl. Go ahead, Miss P. I give you a minute. As long as you come back. No. So what I am using, Jenna. So, Miss Lydia's, we're going to get through this and then I'll tell you. Let's wait till Miss P comes back and then I'll tell you. My picture. Alyssa! Lydia! You're getting it! You're getting it! So, yes. 4 fake bakers gone wild. Whoop. This one decided to come off. And what I'm using, sorry guys, I'm using medium rickrack. It's the material ones, not the normal, because I am not the best at rickrack and I wanted this to look really nice, so I am using this one. Betsy. So, I'm going to explain that. Hopefully Miss P comes back. Yes, Miss P, there you are. So, if you haven't seen I'll show you again. I know it's a bad picture. I printed it out, but I thought it was supposed to be 8 by 10 and it came out wrong. So, there's a story behind that. We got them. When I ordered them, I've never met Kim in person, right? So remember, when I ordered them, you did, Alyssa. We were in our mouse, or in the mouse. We're actually us. So that isn't a true picture of me and Bestie. That was not copied. That was not nothing. That was actually a picture of us. So when we went in, and like I said, I've never met her before. She did say she was, she did tell me her height at one time, so I knew she was going to be shorter than me, but, you never can really guesstimate. So I went online, and I had asked her, I said, hey, we should go up as blow-up gingies to fake bakers. She's like, yes, and she went along with it. And I was like, oh, boy, did she just go along with it? Hey, Ann. So on my side, I'm like, yeah, right. I was like, I can't do this, blah, blah, blah. That's all I kept saying. So, when we went on and I ordered them, so in June, for the first time, I seen her, I gave it to her. And I was like, all right, make sure you go home, try it on, make sure it all works and everything. So that way, because of course I didn't take it out of the box or nothing. So that way, we can make sure we don't get all the way to fake bakers and then something happens, right? Of course, I turned it upside down. So we get home and all of that. Well, it was a while. And I was like, okay, girl, we got to go. I was like, we got to get these tried on, blah, blah, blah. So I tried it on and I sent it to her and she busted out laughing. It was epic, right? And I said, so she tries it on, or I tried it on and I sent it to her. I said, girl, you got to get it tried on. I said, we got to make sure this works. Well, she's taking, and finally I talked her into doing it. So I was like, you got to get your husband to help because, thank you, Alyssa. And I said, you got to get your husband to help. This was actually one of the shirts that we wore in July together. We got matching outfits that week too. So this is one of the ones we wore. I said, you got to get your husband to help because there ain't no way you're going to get that thing on or off without help. So she's like, okay. So she goes and she gets help. You know, her husband comes in and he's helping her. And we are just, I'm on FaceTime, just cracking up. Like, could not stop laughing. He's laughing. She's laughing. And then her fan was right above her. Well, the costumes are 7 foot tall. Okay? I am not 7 foot tall. I'm taller than Bestie, but I'm not 7 foot tall. I am 5'6". So, being 5'6", putting on a 7 foot tall costume was absolutely the most hilarious thing in the world. We were laughing so hard. Then she puts it on and I'm like, fan! Her husband shuts that fan off so fast because that hat would have got whacked off easily. So she's in her bedroom trying it on and I am just cracking up. And I had already tried mine on, so I was already cracking up with just me trying it on. And I'm like, are we really doing this? Like, are we really going to be wearing this? She's like, yeah, we're going to do this, blah, blah, blah. It was so funny. So we do. Well, then, so when we tried, or she tried it on, I tried it, we did all day. We're like, all right, we're going to do this. Well, she puts it on. The mouth of it was literally about this tall up above her. Okay. The mouth is the only thing you can see out of. So she could not see. Like, she couldn't see. So she goes like this and yunk it down so far to hold the mouth right here. So all you see is little eyes peeking out. Well, she a little bit shorter than me. Not too much, but she is. So I had to pull it down, just not as much. Like, I could see out of it if I didn't even pull it down. But, like, right at the edge, like, seeing my eyes out of it. So we show up, like, we're walking through the hotel. Mind you, it's in July. We're walking through the hotel in July, right? So this is what the rickrack looks like on this big mama pajama. I keep trying to not touch it as much because I don't want it to mess up. This is one of the hats that my mom had. It's not the biggest chef hat or none of the things, but it's one of what she had. And this is why I didn't do it in red, because this was her blue one, even though I wanted to do it in red. But we're going to fill this. We're going to fill the hat up and all the things, right? All right. So anyways, we go and we met the angel. Thank God she was there. We met Angel, an angel. Her name was Elva. And she's never touched clay before. She never crafted with clay. She's an amazing crafter, but she never touched clay. And we're like, hey, would you mind helping us tonight? And she's like, well, sure. What you need help with? We're like, well, and I showed a picture of our costume and all of that. And I said, can you come up and help us? She comes up to our room. We grab it. Well, then we're like, how are we getting out the door? We can't even get out the door of the hotel room. So we're like, well, thank God. I don't know what was happening with us, but thankfully we were on the last room, completely the last room of the aisle that you can get, right? So we had like a big open space. So we go out there. Sorry, I'm going to keep going as I'm doing it. But we go out there and we start putting it on because we're like, we can't put it on in the room because we wouldn't get out the door. Because they're huge. Like, their arms go out forever. I mean, the thing is humongous. So we go out and we start, and I'm using stuffing. All it is from, it's actually the polyfill. This is just what I had left, and you know those bags make a darn mess. So we are filling the little hat with it. So we go and we start putting it on outside in the room. We're at the end of the hallway, and if anybody would have been there, Funniest Home Videos, we would have won. We were cracking up so much. We couldn't even breathe because we were laughing. And she is trying her hardest to help these strangers out. Miss P, we both went to the bathroom prior to going because we're like, we couldn't even go to the bathroom. Like, we are literally going to this meet and greet event with glitz and glue with 100 crafters and all this stuff. People we've never seen in person before and people we've never seen before. And we're going to this event in these darn costumes, and we never thought about we couldn't pee. How could we go to the bathroom in them? We were cracking up even more because we're like, how in the world are we going to go to the bathroom? Well, we didn't think about this, okay? We were just too worried about having fun. Okay, so we stuffed our little baker's hat. I'm going to try, and if it doesn't have enough, I will put more in it. But I want to just make sure that it's going to look right. Let me find the seam. And I want to put the seam in the back. Okay. So we get it on, and Elva helps us. And the little piece like flaps over your foot and stuff like that. So the little piece was flapped over our feet. We're like, okay, we got this. You know, no problem, right? And then, aw, he's so cute. Or she's going to be cute. I don't know if I want to. I think I do want to attach it now just so it stays in place. So when I put its eyes on and stuff. So anyways, we go and we start walking down the hallway. Makes it worse. The costume touches the ceiling on the hallway part of this hotel. The costume literally touched the ceiling. Well, there was little the fire extinguisher thingies that have the little sharp edges, and I'm like, dodge! So we're literally zigzagging with it pulled down, zigzagging through the hallway, laughing so hard, and Elva's trying to help us because we could barely see out of the thing, and it was so funny. Well, then we didn't want to take the main elevators. There's like 5 main elevators in the hotel. So yes, Miss P. So we went over and we took the back way, right? So they had a back elevator open because the main elevators, they were always so packed. It took forever to get anywhere you needed to go on them. So thank God they opened up the back elevators. But, main elevators in that hotel, because that hotel is so monstrous, the main elevators could fit about 30 people minimum in them, right? I mean, you could slam the people into it, and they were slamming people into it. They were a guy standing there pushing you all in. So we took the side elevator. The side elevator was not even enough space for the both of us, but we fit. We put ourselves in there. Like, we squished down like this, crawling ourselves into the darn elevator. We get in the elevator. Elva's helping us get all the pieces in. The worker lady, because it was like the workers' elevator, she was cracking up looking at us. Like, she was like, what? Because it's in July, guys. July. Okay, July, you're seeing gingerbreads. So, of course, you know, and I'm going to use some super glue on this crap, even though I don't like this stuff. But, so she was cracking up laughing at us and all of that, because you don't see gingerbread in July. Hi, Heidi. But we went over there. Lydia, if you don't know about this. So we went over there and we actually, it was funny as ever because okay, I'm not going to do the back because I want to put that foam sheet on it and I'd rather have it filled with before that. So I'm just going to do a little bit on the side just to try to keep it still, but I'm not going to seal the back yet because I do want to put a foam sheet on the back of this. All right, so needless to say, we stop, right? And we get out of the elevator after fighting, and people were standing there. It was the, thank you. Here he is so far. So we get out of the elevator, and there's people. Miss USA pageant people were there, guys. Miss USA pageant. Of all people in the world that could have been there. So we are sitting here, I just want to make sure I can get these eyes right because I got something else to show y'all that's really freaking hilarious. So we had USA pageant people there, and we're sitting here walking out of the elevator in these outfits. Now, the USA pageant was not all adults. These eyes came from Yvette Wright's. It's the Wood Art Studio. These are the size 1 inch. I got them from Fake Bakers where she was there. And I will show you them. Thank you, Anne. Oh, Miss P. We just wait till the end of this story. You'll find out why we didn't. Well, why we weren't even tried. We didn't even try. Like, they didn't even put us on the board. So, so we went through all of that, right? And then, sorry, I like lost what I was using. Thought I had it. Okay, so we start going out. We go out. We're walking down. Now, this hotel is monstrous, guys. Monstrous. We go out of this, and we start walking in these costumes. Well, we had, and you can't see. Like, you cannot see around them. We had these kids, millions of kids running up to us. Oh, my God, hugging us on our legs, and we couldn't see these kids. I'm like, I'm going to trample over one of these kids. Like, what do we do? Then we've got, can we take a picture with you? And I'm like, me and Kim sort of like looked at each other and we started laughing because we're like, take a picture with us? What? And we're like, oh yeah, we're sitting here in God blessed gingerbread blow-ups. So we start doing that, right? We start taking pictures with kids. Then we finally make it. Well, that's a big noggin. We ain't doing that big. Holy camoly. What was I just doing? Anyways, so I did Miss P. I did say some of it, but I was saving more for this side of it. I did say some of it. Some people know some of it, but not all of it. So we get over there. We're taking pictures with people. Well, then all of the fake bakers gone wild. Everybody, all the crafters started showing up. We got Joanne Brandy coming over, taking pictures with us. We've got Justin Green coming over, taking pictures. Ginger came over, taking pictures. Some people didn't. Well, Mr. Trim is the only one that knew, besides Elva, that we were going to be in those costumes. Right? So then we go over and we start. Right? We're like, okay. We're finally going to say hello to somebody, right? I mean, geez. So we start, and then some people came up to us, and I'm taking this and going to use it as a smile tool because this thing is huge, and I want to make it a cute smile. And then, so what we did is we're standing there, and you can only talk to people so much, It was like we didn't have really the area to really talk to people because we're in a costume and the people are trying to hear us through it. So there's his little side smirk. I'm sorry I didn't show you that. I apologize. All I did was dig it in. I got a little bit higher than I really wanted to, but that's fine because we're going to cover that. But I wanted a little side smirk. So then we went through and we started trying to talk to people. Millions of kids were coming up taking pictures. Even adults were coming up taking pictures. Crafters were coming up taking pictures. It's like we were the entertainment of it, right? So we're like, well, geez, okay, we're like the huge entertainment. So we're sitting there, we're like, we look at each other, we're like, what is this? So we come up, we start taking pictures with people, and we're just laughing, not thinking anything about it, right? So then Desiree had came up, and I actually pulled out her little ornament she gave us at Fake Bakers, and it's Wink and a Wish Designs, Desiree. She made this for Fake Bakers, And she asked me if I wanted one. And of course I said yes. Okay. This is the Glitzy Creations by Ginger foam sheet that I'm going to use for the next part of this. I will be cutting it down, of course, but I wanted to get it on here just to see. So she comes up. She goes, I got you, girl. And I'm like, who is this? Like, I don't even know, because I can't see. She goes, I got you. Now, we walk up to the little area. It was down all these stairs, and then you had to turn and go down all these stairs. Okay, we're in this 7-foot tall costume. Like, this thing is at least 3 foot wide. How in the God's green earth are we getting downstairs when you can't see? We start laughing. Yes, Lydia. So we start laughing. Like, we are just cracking up. When I tell you cracking up, because what else can you do at that point? Because you're sitting here in this ridiculous costume trying to... Sorry, I am trying to get this to cut in the right spot because I don't want it to cut short, but I don't want it to cut too long. So we're sitting here in this ridiculous costume, and we go up, and we finally get downstairs. Elva helped Bestie get downstairs. Desiree came up at the last second, helped me, and she was dressed adorable too. But she comes up and helps me. And should we get down there? Well, Crystal looks at us, starts laughing. We're the first people down the stairs. And starts laughing. And Crystal's like, oh, Priscilla! So hilarious! I love it! Everybody, because she said that, everybody thought she hired us. They did not hear my name. They just heard they hired us. So it was passed around because me and Bestie don't play. We were like, let's go have some fun. We went up and we had fun. We were dancing, all of the things, right? So, because why not? Like, why not go up and have fun and enjoy yourselves, even if you're in a big monster costume? Okay, I am just measuring this out to my Gingy because I want her to make sure her dress is beautiful. So, I'm sorry, I'm going to get quiet for a second. So, yes, everybody thought we were hired. We were up at the front dancing, all the things. Then my costume kept deflating. So, even Crystal posted it on her page, which made it even more. Because she posted on her page, oh, look, because she was videoing everybody. And she goes, oh, look, my deflated Gingy. So, while she said... There's Desiree. I was just talking about you, Desiree, helping us. You could. It was so nervous. Oh my gosh. It was so hilarious though. And we had a blast. We really did. It was definitely well worth it. But we did. We had a blast. And like I said, people were coming up to us and everything else. And then, can I get pictures with you? Can I get pictures with you? And we're like, sure. Never thought that people did not realize that we were actually crafters there. Okay, I'm going to try to make this right. Now, if it comes out bad, guys, I got another live to worry about it. Because I got 15 minutes left of this one. I'm going to go over the lineup in just a second. But we are going to go to Wendy at Personally Yours by Wendy's pages after me. And then at 7 p.m. tonight, I am going to come back on and I am hosting Trina with KLR Creative Craft Works, I think is her name, because I just said it like 3 times. Yeah, that's what it is. I got it right. Oh, yeah, it's definitely a memory we never forget. That's 100%. So, yeah, we went and we had a blast. And everybody thought, and I did not know it, well, then it just so happens, Bestie was like, I need to take a break. I need to go take this off for a minute, blah, blah, blah. So she goes for a second. Well, then that's when the parade thing, they wanted us to go around in a parade. And Bestie goes and she takes it off for a minute to breathe. And she comes back. She goes, great. So she goes and puts it back on. Well, they started off the parade with me. They're like, oh, follow this big Gingy. Bestie comes in at the end and happens to be at the end. No reason for it. She just happens to be at the end. Well, that made the story more of why we were late, right? Or why we were hired. Because now people really thought we were hired because Bestie was coming in at the end and I'm at the beginning of the parade of everybody showing off their costumes and all of that. So now Michelle, Raymond, all the ones that did, they were amazing costumes, like amazing. So, and we weren't there for that. We were just there more to have fun and enjoy ourselves. And let me tell you, we did. We definitely did. This is almost going to be like a one-sided dress because I didn't measure out for the back end. But hopefully this... I ain't too worried about it, to be honest. So far, we got this. We got her little dress on. This is our little dress so far. I guess I'm going to adjust it, do all the things. And of course, we've got more. Because this is not done. This is not even close to being done. And we will. We will put more on it. And we will add more to it and do all the things. Because we have another life. So, I missed your comment. I apologize. I will go back and rewatch this later. Of course, it'll be tomorrow. Because we are, had a lot. Yes, and I went up to Christy and I was like, we did a picture or whatever, but of course I had just taken it off and I was waiting for Kim to come back in, and then I looked back and she had left because she forgot, and I was like, oh well. I was like, well, we'll be fine. So then what we did after that, like I said, we went up and my thing kept deflating. Deanna Martin came through probably 5 times picking it up. Shelby starts dancing with me. Wendy starts, we did a smash thing with her. Like she was in the middle of us and she was dressed up like a Gingy. She was in the middle of us. Okay, so I got this trim. It is white with a gold accent like on the outside of it. I do not know where I got it from. It wasn't in a package or nothing. So I'm planning on putting this all around her dress. So her full entire dress is going to have this on it, this trim. So on the sides where it cut a little short, you won't even be able to tell because I'm going to have this little trim on her dress. It was so much fun, Wendy. And Wendy was just right there with us, and my stupid little pump kept falling off. Every time I was trying to dance, it kept falling off and I would deflate. Well, anytime the pump stopped, that was the only air I was getting. So I was sort of going with no air. Then at one point, we couldn't find the ring around it to put the pump back on. The pump was at my feet. I couldn't breathe. I was completely deflated, running as fast as I could to the bathroom because I literally could not breathe. So that was the ending of our, because I took it off in the bathroom. I was like, I'm done. I'm not wearing this again. All right, so what I want to do is put this basically going around her dress like this. So I'm going to attach it to her dress. I think that's what I'm going to do, is attach it. Now, we have amazing designers coming up. I'm going to go over the lineup because I got about 13 minutes left. I'm going to try to start putting this trim on because I'm about at that stage where I need to be, because I got more, guys. This ain't nothing. We've got more. She's going to be beautified because why not? This is Bestie's event and I want to make her proud, and hopefully she likes this one a lot more than my first Gingy that I gave her. But this is what? This is a representation of us. It's a representation of moms. And it's a representation of where we started. I'm not going to cry. But that's what came to my mind when I thought about this. Because Crafty Bestie came into my life when I needed it the most. And I saved this to the end so that way I don't cry. I look all boo-hoo. I'm not going to cry. I'm not going to do this. And that's why when she mentioned this event in July, This was the first thing that came to my head. And guys, she did not know about this. I did not tell her. I've actually talked to her less lately because I wanted to tell her so bad, and I was like, God bless it. I cannot tell her. So I've actually like stopped. I didn't even talk to her much lately because I'm like, I can't tell her. So she did not know anything about this, guys. Anything at all. So this is her for right now. And now you can see her little mouthy. We're going to add more to it. But for right now, I'm going to go over the lineup, and then we're going to start putting the trim on here until my ending time, because I got about 11 minutes. And next will be 10 o'clock is Personally Yours by Wendy. At 11 is Co-Make Crafters Corner, Sam. At 12 o'clock is Angie Land's Crafting Boutique with Angie. And at 1 o'clock is Playfully Playful Art. She is going on her first ever live in this event. First ever live, period. Thank you, everyone. And then at 2 o'clock is Paper Sweeties with Debbie. At 3 o'clock is Lydia's Creation with Lydia. 4 o'clock is Crafty Amy Girl with Amy. At 5 o'clock is My Sweet Treasures, Tina. At 6 o'clock is Great Creations Faux Cupcakes with Marie. At 7 o'clock is KLR Creative Craftworks, Trina, hosted by me. So that's when you'll come back to my page. Hey, Susan. Thank you, Terry. And you'll come back to me. I'll be hosting, but for Trina. So Trina will be another first timer. She's never went on a live before, never been in an event before. So this is Stephanie and Trina's first times ever. But she wanted me to host her and helped her out. So you'll come back to my page, and then we'll be hosting her. But please go make sure you still give her a follow. At 8 o'clock is the Evercrafter, Mr. Trim, my guy, Raymond. Thank you, Sam. And then at 9 o'clock will be, thank you, Sue, will be Kim's Wreath Decor and More, LLC. She will be doing, she's the host of this whole event, so she will be doing games. She will be doing fun stuff. So make sure you're following along throughout the day, because it's very important for you to listen to certain things. Me too, Pam. It's so amazing. And you'll be listening to the amazing things throughout the day, but some of them will come up at 9 o'clock tonight. Some of them, you might, if you follow along a light, you might not even realize it. Like you won't even, like you'll already know the answer to. So it's giving it like an advantage for everybody too. So the reason why I didn't glue this on is because I want to go like this. I know it's going to mess up my cheeks a little bit, but I'll cover it back up. But I want to put the trim on it like this and then put it back down, because I don't want to get glue all over this and mess it up. But yes, so make sure at 9 o'clock you're zooming into our host, Kim, for games and prizes, and she has a lot of stuff up her sleeve that I can say I do know some about. And I'm not telling you, but it's really good. So I'm going to sit here for the next 8 minutes, and I'm going to put some trim around her dress. Look how crazy looking this looks, guys. Like, I'm like, what? How is this a dress? But we're going to trim up her dress, and then we're going to go from there. I don't want to use my nemesis, but I think I'm going to have to use... Me and super glue don't get along, but I think I'm going to have to use it to be able to get it to stick to this. Yes, thank you guys. Like I said, this is a fun event, and we will be sharing throughout the day. Like I said, everybody is doing some kind of gingerbread in their stuff. It's not all got to be clay. It's not all, everybody is doing their thing. The only thing in the whole event that needed to be done was to make sure you include gingerbread, because that is what it is. It's Kim's Gingerbread Fakery event for a reason, because we are all about gingerbreads. And yes, our story, but hey guys, we didn't fall down the stairs, by the way. I forgot to add that part. We didn't fall down the stairs. I'm telling you, Tina, that's why you got to mix pages. You got to go back and forth on your pages because Facebook will stop you from following everybody. All right, I'm going to start here only because it's well, that was crazy. Let's move this over here and start over here. All right, so I'm going to start putting this down and hold it, hold it, hold it. Ah! Maybe this glue ain't going to work. I don't know. Hi, Lydia, you're back. So yes, all day long be watching because there's everybody does their thing. And if you missed the beginning, my beginning was only basically saying hey to everyone and doing this whole thing, basically telling everybody about this. That's why I went on a few minutes early. I know I do have an advantage of having the extra hour today, but I wanted to make sure that I covered all of the things with everybody and still had time to make some of this because this is about the stage I wanted to be at before I got off this live, which is great because I finished that part. So my next adventure will be finishing up this whole thing when I go back on with Trina later. And Trina is amazing, guys. We sat and we did our little thing yesterday, our trial run, and she did amazing on it. And she jumped right on. Hot glue will work, Tina. I'll probably do that next because you see my fingers. What's hard to get out of the Gingy outfits? Because the zipper was only on the outside. We couldn't unzip it from the inside or nothing. So someone had to go on the outside and zip you up. So when you're stuck in it and deflated, you can't even unzip it. Yeah, that, I don't think when they make those outfits, they really think of all the things. Like they should have had the double zipper so the person inside could have got out. Hey, how are ya? Yes, I am doing, of course I would not miss Crafty Besties event. One way or another. I might sit here tomorrow and not move any very much, but we'll be good. Yeah, I have it over here. So what I will probably do is because you know what I'm doing, unless y'all want to see me sit here and keep putting the trim all the way around, but this is what well, it did stick to that side, but I will go back and reinforce it. Yeah, Reese did it for sure. It stuck to my disc. So I'm going to go through and definitely finish this part up. Raven, I've had better moments of my life. I had a cortisone shot in my shoulder to start getting it going again. It did get it going a little bit, but it's not 100%. Oh, Yulissa, you're fine. Girl, no problem. I don't even know if I said it, so you're fine. Like I said, there's no worries, no worries. I might have not even said it. All I said is I couldn't breathe in that thing. Oh, I got little secrets off to the side I can't show yet. Yes, right, Miss P? It was dangerous. Like, I got to that, when I get overly hot anyways, I always get red in the face. It just happens. And I was like tomato red. Like, they always say, oh, we like tomato red. No, I was really, really tomato red. Top, bottom, sides, every piece of me was tomato red. All right, so I'm going to show this one more time. This is what we did so far. And you got her little mouth on and stuff. So this is what we did so far. And then, where did I put it? I wonder if I put it back over there. So if you've seen on my page, I was going to show you the one my mom made forever ago. She started making that one. She messed up on it. That's why she changed it. And I thought I left it in here to show you. Maybe I put it back out in the box. So I will look for that. On my next live, I'll show you the original mom's face. Some reason why I did it that way. Hey, Trina. Thank you, Raven. Yeah, it's been rough. Now they want me to do the PT side of it, so we'll see. Well, it helps, Priscilla, if you put a glue gun on. Did I just really do that? I probably did. Guys, If you know me, Priscilla is not awake at this time unless it's work time. Well, I am awake, but I'm usually laying in bed. I am not conversating. I'm not doing all these things with people. So, of course, you could tell them. That's another reason, because this is Bestie's thing. And I knew, I'm like, when I picked a time, I said, I got to start this off. Because I feel I started off, Crafty Bestie ends it. That's the best. So that's why I did that. Desiree, I was just showing off your little sweater that you gave me and how you helped me get downstairs with my big blow up. Yeah, she was amazing. She came out of nowhere. She's like, I got you. Just hang on to my arm. And she was trotting right along with me. Thank you, Alyssa. Yeah, we got a long road still, but I'm very stubborn and I will make it. All right, guys, 9:59. Love you too, Bestie. Head over to Personally Yours by Wendy. I'm sure she will knock it out of the park. This will be like nothing. You'll forget it from the past. So knock it over to her, and I will see you in the comments, guys. Thanks, everyone. Slow connection, less wait. It wants you to see Gingy, not the July part. It wants you to see Gingy. Bye, guys.